Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeff Rains coming to you again with Foundation of Civilization, Our Changing World, and I wanted to do a video about crime and especially the victims of crime. I actually did this last night, but it was late, and I really wasn't prepared for it, and so did a little thinking, and I'm revising this morning. So something that I want to start off pointing out is that people are creatures of habit. And so once somebody has learned how to engage in crime, even if they know it's wrong, they have a hard time breaking free of it. The recidivism rate in the United States depends on how long somebody has been incarcerated and has been free. In 3 years, two-thirds of the people, 66% of state prisoners released, well, this was in 2008, were arrested at least once within that 3 years. At 10 years, 82% of state prisoners from 2008 were arrested at least once. 5-year offense rate, older estimates suggest 70% of prisoners reoffend within 5 years of release. So that points me to the fact that something's wrong with our education and our prison system. And actually, I think it probably ties more to our families and who's raising these people or who's just letting them run wild. But topic for another time. What I want to address today is, unfortunately, since we have such a high recidivism rate in the United States, what do we need to do to address it? Who is it that's being victimized by these criminals that either haven't gotten caught yet or have gotten caught and they're going back to the communities? Where do they go once they're released from prison? Well, they're going back to family and friends that they know. Typically, they're going to go back there. Once in a while, they may find some new place to show up, but oftentimes when they leave prison, they don't have a lot, if they have any money at all, and they hopefully have a plan on what to do and how to get back on their feet. But like I noted, many of them unfortunately reoffend, commit some other type of crime. And who is it that ends up being the victims of these criminals? Neighbors, friends, families. So how do those numbers break out by race? For assault and battery in 2019, the United States, was the Uniform Crime Reporting, the report that the FBI puts together. They noted that there were 274,376,000 violent assaults. As far as that breaks down in the communities, that's 30.2 per thousand for Asians. That is 22.2 per thousand for whites. For the African American neighborhoods, it's 23.4 per thousand, and for Hispanics, it's 23.5 per thousand. Now, I need to do some more research to be able to understand why Asians stand out there. I'm not sure. I tried to look at it and see if this is strangers or whether it is some other group that is attacking them, but the majority of the time, these assaults come from the same community. And it looks like as far as assaults go, white neighborhood, African American neighborhood, and Hispanic neighborhoods are all pretty close in line. As far as robbery goes, there were 56,305 incidents. For Asians, that breaks out to 2.3 per thousand for their community. For whites, it's 2.2 per thousand. For the African American neighborhoods, it's 3.1 per thousand, and for Hispanics, it's 1.9 per thousand. So Hispanics, whites, and Asians seem to be about in line. African American neighborhoods, you're looking at almost a 50% increase over those neighborhoods. I know that the I know the algorithm does not like to address, or does not like me to address, the next source, the R word, when especially when young women, or when someone is forced into a sexual situation. 16,599 reports. That's 276 for the Asian community at a 9.9 rate per thousand, which is extremely high. There are 11,588 for the whites, which is 1.8 per thousand. For African American neighborhoods, it ends up being 1.6 per thousand. And for Hispanics, it's 1.1 per thousand. Now, for murders, there were 7,964 murders. 83 of them were Asian, with 1.4 per 100,000. 3,650 were white, with 3.2 per 100,000. There were 4,078 African Americans killed. Actually, I'm gonna hit that number, and I'm gonna give you that statistic in a second, because I want to hit the Hispanics first. There's 1,341 Hispanic murders, and this was in 2019. And that gives a 8.6 per 100,000 rate. The rate for African Americans, again, 4,078 murders, 21.3. So Asians, 1.4, whites, 3.2, Hispanics, 8.6, and African Americans, 21.3. Now, I didn't look into the Asians or Hispanics, but I know for whites, it's about a 74% rate that the murders are committed by other whites. It's predominantly same community that's killing itself. African Americans, that number is about 88%. So when we look and see the people that are being incarcerated, remember, they're not being incarcerated just for fun. Sure, once in a while we might run across an incident where a young man or young woman is falsely imprisoned, even prosecuted and sent to jail for a long period of time. But the majority of these cases, the just absolute vast majority of the cases, are people committing a crime, committing harm against other people, victimizing them. And in the case of murder, it's pretty bad. The minority neighborhoods you're doing it to yourself. White neighborhoods, we're doing it to ourselves also, but at a much lower rate. So when we stop and we think, what do we need to do? Remember, first it starts in the home. And then we need to figure out, how do we find the answers in our communities, between policing and between training and retraining somebody as they get back into the community. This is one of the problems, and I wanted to make sure that we address the correct numbers as opposed to the fictitious ideas that are strewn out there. We have a long way to go before we end up perfecting our communities. This is one place that we can hit. We need to hit and hit hard. Please like, share, and subscribe. I enjoy doing these things, but one day I really hope to be able to get paid for it. I hope that you guys are doing well and paying attention to what's going on across the world. It looks like we are about to engage into another war, unfortunately. It is October 29th today, and I believe we have a supercarrier sailing into the Caribbean, about to go after Venezuela. Like I said, hope you're doing well. Spend some time with your family and watch out for the challenges that are ahead. Much love, and look forward to talking to you guys again very soon. Thanks. Bye.